Hello aspirants, I am Indumati Karthikeyan from InKar IAS Academy. Today we are going to see about 13th November current affairs part 5, which is taken from the Delhi edition. The topic is gaps widen between the Maharashtra richest and the poorest districts. This topic comes under the GS3 Indian economy and issue relating to planning, mobilization of resources, growth, development and employment. And also it's comes under the GS1, that is population and associated issues. First of all, the geography of unequal growth, the income disparities in Indian states over the past 3 decades have increased significantly because the disparities of the Indian economic landscape, a tale of rising income gaps across the state. First, we must know the contribution of inequality. States like Maharashtra, which are major economic contributor, display the sharp internal inequalities. For instance, while Mumbai contributes the substantial tax revenue, the Vidarbha region grapples with the rural population, and also there is a poverty and also the agriculture distress. The disparity within the states reflects the larger national wide economic divides and also hints the policy and resource allocations imbalances. So there is a regional differentials, that is southern and western states consistently overperform the rest of India, driven by the higher private investment and better infrastructure. Eastern states lag behind due to lower investment rates and also the weaker infrastructure, limited access of international markets. The northern states, like with a few exceptions, Haryana, Delhi, also show weak only. What is the reason behind means the impact of liberalization. The report suggests the 1991 economics liberalization shift, marked a shift between the major role played by the LPG, that is particularly benefiting the southern state, which adapted quickly to the market oriented reforms, and also the coastal urbanized areas gained due to easier access to export market, and also there is a investment disparities. Investment disparities are pronounced. Wealthier state attract more private investment driven by better infrastructure and governance. The private investment being profit oriented and also gravitates towards the developed state with established market and also the urban centers like Mumbai, Delhi, Chennai. And underdeveloped states face a very shortfall investment because both in private and public sectors, they won't go on invest in the underdeveloped country due to the unfavorable infrastructure and also the perceive the higher risk of the leading and widening the economic gaps. The public sector diminishing the role in driving investment in the post liberalization as considered as that it divides the resource allocation, favoring economically viable states and also the urban states. And one more reason is the urban agglomeration. Metropolitan hubs like Delhi, Mumbai, Chennai, Bangalore, and Hyderabad have become a magnets of the investment technology and also the talent, resulting in the concentrated wealth and the infrastructure development. The proximity of these urban hubs influences the neighboring states like Haryana, Tamil Nadu with economic spillover effects, whereas states without such agglomeration experiences the very slower growth. Another point is the infrastructure and also the governance. The availability of quality infrastructure and good governance significantly impact the investment and also the uh, attraction of the investment. Developed states offer better governance and also contributing the sustainable economic growth. But in case of underdeveloped state, its contrast with weaker governance and also the limited infrastructure struggles to attract meaningful investment and also limiting the economic opportunities, which makes pave the way to it becomes underdeveloped. And also the policy bias and regional imbalance. The report hints at policy biases favoring already developed regions with the market driven economy after 1991 accelerating investment in profitable areas. Cronyism along with black money also is one of the reason behind which hamper the investment and also in the in underdeveloped states, and also it affects the investment, which is major crucial role was climate and also the growth potential. This threatened the federalism really. Growing economic divides, raising the tension within the India's federal structure with wealthier states questioning why the share of resource from the center will be more and we are having lesser um, development, then they can ask the more resources from the center. This faces the federalism challenges as state with higher contribution to the national economy demand fairer resource allocation and arguing against the disproportionate return they receive from central tax distribution. Some recommendation for reducing disparities can be given. That is, the state must enhance their governance quality and also they should reduce the corruption. Then only the public perception and attracts the private investment and the investment in social infrastructure such as education, health, basic amenities, and also in the skill development is essential to improve the productivity and also attack the business ventures. Focusing on unorganized sector, the unorganized sector like especially underdeveloped states needs supports to policy to increase the income growth and also improving the local demand. That by stimulating demand in these region, private investment may naturally flow into the underserved states, thereby reducing the disparities. These are the major changes we focus. Then we should have reduce the regional disparities. We should also address the regional economic disparity is crucial for a balanced federal structure for a long-term unity. There is a policy should ensure the developed states continue growing while the underdeveloped states catch up, thereby strengthening India's federal fabric, and also we should fostering the national cohesion. Then only it will happen to India. There is a many geographical divide in the SDP. So we need to a clear geographical distinction exists between the state with per capita state domestic product above the national average. So this is also one of the reason. So we need to conclude the issue. National regional development disparity must be given prime importance. 75% of the medium term and 90% of the long term growth in the public age population will occur in these states. If we fall to boost these states' income and growth potential, India's demographic dividend will become a downfall. So it could worsen our political instability. So we must focus on this balanced development for the balanced development between the Indian states, and also we should increase the federal stability. Thank you.